Good morning to you. You're watching Camnet TV, not just another channel, and this is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzeya Sakaleji, and this is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. As I mentioned earlier on, we would like to know what you're up to this morning, and there's a whole lot of things that has been happening, talking about the cybersecurity and cybercrime bill being signed. Yeah, we're waiting for that. And also not forgetting the fact that we're counting down to a holiday. In case you didn't know, April comes through with Easter holiday. And there are a whole lot of stuff that have been happening in the news, talking about the embattled NDC leader, Shimba Kambwili. The details coming through after that on that story, and also a lot more coming through on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast. So we've got guests that will be coming through to share more about their life. And also we get to expand and explore what they have been up to amid the COVID-19. Talking about COVID-19, not forgetting that the cabinet has actually approved the COVID-19 vaccines. Details coming through on that story later on. And not forgetting that Chipolo Polo team didn't make it to the AFCON. We were playing Algeria and it was 3-3. We were supposed to win this game to make it to the Africa Cup of Nations. Yeah, you will join the boys later on and off the pitch, and they'll give you the details, and you might actually get a chance to watch the highlights in case you didn't get the chance to actually watch the match on Thursday. Well, my name is Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. At this moment, let's get into our morning routine, which is the morning boost, making sure that you stretch your muscles and do a little exercise. It's quite chilly this morning, and I just want to make sure that you're awake, okay? So call whoever your morning boost partner is, that the morning boost is about to start, and we kickstart our day on that light note. Well, for now, we get into that, and then later on we continue with the conversation on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Good morning. We'll be back on the other side.
It's a beautiful morning, and I welcome you to Morning Boost. I'm so glad that you've tuned in and hope you had a great night. So let's do some workouts this morning, and we're going to have a great time. So we're going to start with a warm-up and then make some aerobics movements for today. Okay, ready? Let's go. A beautiful morning to everybody, and welcome to Morning Boost. Let's go. Go. And the V step now. Let's go. Last V step. Back to step touch. V step. Let's go. Let's go. And march in. And 4, 3, 2, step touch, go. Bring in your hands now. Let's go. Let's go. Just a quick workout in the morning. Not a full-fledged workout, no. Keep going. And 4, 3, 2, hamstring, go. Four, 3, 2, step touch. Four, 3, 2, and hamstring. And 4, 3, 2, step touch. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going, stay at it. Go. Easy basic workouts for the morning. And marching. Skip, jump now, go. Let's go, skip. Try this. Even if you feel heavy in your body, you can do this. Let's go. There's always a first time. You may struggle, but it's doable. Let's go. And 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Change now. Let's go. Very easy for a morning workout. Lift your knee very high. Go. Let's go. Stay at it. Stay at it. We're going to bring in a kick now from a knee high to a kick. Go. Go. Let's go. Let there be a blood circulation on your legs so that you don't have that numbness you feel at times. Kick. 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 Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Straight kicks now. Go. Straight kicks. Go in the sides. Okay, keep going. Almost done with our 5 minutes workout. Knee high. Try this every morning. It's gonna do wonders to your body. Let's go, we're almost there. All right, team. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This is Isaac Matza, your presenter. I'm gonna see you next time at the same time, and have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.
Welcome back. You're watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show, and my name is Precious. On the other side, joined in by Lucely. She went to wear lipstick.
Did you just throw me under the bus? Good morning, Precious. Besides that, how are you today?
I'm fine.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
A lot has been happening during the course of the week. Quite exciting information that has come up. Mixed emotions.
Yes.
One of them being that the Ministry of Health has actually approved
COVID-19 vaccine.
The COVID-19 vaccines. Are you and your family ready to be vaccinated against COVID-19?
Are you?
I'll answer you right after the program or before, so that since you've asked me the question on set, then I'll be able to answer you before the close of the program.
I always, whenever there's something that comes up and it involves the citizens of Zambia, I always ask this important question, and I think it should be talked about more often, unlike just putting out things out there and let people just be surprised or go for it or go against it. Sensitization.
That's very important.
Sensitization is the key
only
word.
Information that we have about the COVID-19 vaccine is the fact that it has been rolled out in other countries already, and in some European countries it has been reported to have quite some side effects like blood clotting and the like. So we need more information concerning that, so that we as a citizenry are comfortable with being vaccinated, not only ourselves and our children, our families and whatnot.
And also talking about that, Lucely, the Ministry of Health mentioned, I think, in a news item that was read by us on Thursday, to say they have done consultations from both the global and local partners, but some stakeholders are skeptical. So how sure are we that, of course they can't bring out something that will harm us, but what information do we have? Are we well informed about this vaccine? So I feel right now what the Ministry of Health should do is sensitize people both in the rural and urban areas so that we get to understand, in as much as I am going to the hospital to get the vaccine, I know what I am getting myself into.
Because remember, sorry to just cut you short, remember when we had the vaccine for
Yes.
remember the stories that were surrounding it.
True.
And how many parents did not allow their
yes.
children to get
I think we
vaccinated.
should learn from that.
Yes, I think that is a learning experience. And also, the truth of the matter is that, talking from a layman's point of view, that everything has side effects depending on your body mechanism, including Panadol, whatever it is. So even when it comes to vaccines, it's not that they're 100%, you know, everything has side effects. Yes, everything. Yes, everything has side effects. That's why when you buy medicine, it's always written somewhere to say these are the side effects that might affect you, whether it's contraceptives or whatever. But then it depends on your body, because other people have it hard, other people have it easy when it comes to certain medicines. That Panadol may work for you, it may not work for me, and whatnot. So I think, like you have mentioned, what is important is for us to get the necessary information concerning this vaccine, not looking at it from a point of view of the Western world or those people that have already rolled it out. Of course, we can learn from them, but it's important that even our technocrats ourselves, those people that we have educated, those people that are more confident with these things, be able to give us the right information and make each and every person comfortable to be able to take this vaccine.
Yes, of course. Now, for those of you that don't know what we are talking about, we'll just take a look at this news clip that we ran, and you will get to understand about the COVID-19 being approved information.
Debates have continued to linger around what type of COVID-19 vaccines the government of Zambia intends to introduce to its citizens to help fight the pandemic in the country. Health Minister Jonas Chanda says the country will participate in the free COVAX facility procured by UNICEF in Zambia under the World Health Organization. Under the COVAX facility, 2 vaccines, that is the AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson's, are available, which are safe for the vaccination in the country. The decision by the country to participate in the COVAX facility was approved at a cabinet meeting held on Wednesday, 25th March 2021.
Cabinet has approved that this country should, as a start, participate in the free COVAX facility procured by UNICEF in Zambia under the World Health Organization. For many countries globally, the COVID-19 vaccine programs have been seen as a way out of the COVID-19 pandemic because it reduces transmission of the coronavirus, severity of disease, mortality, and has a positive impact on the socio-economic status of the country. A total of 3,676,791 Zambians aged above 18 years are earmarked for COVAX facility vaccination under this World Health Organization supported arrangement.
The minister further says the administration of any vaccines will be done on a voluntary basis and that vaccine choices made by the country have been done in a very close consultation with both global and local partners and are safe for the Zambian population.
Zambia, we're not settling for just 1 or 2 vaccines. It's a basket of vaccines guided by the Ministry of Health based on science in terms of efficacy and safety. And that is why I said those countries that are willing to donate vaccines, ZAMRA and the Ministry of Health, who have to certify, 1, the source of those vaccines, 2, are they efficacious, 3, are they safe, 4, where have they been used, and what is the evidence. So that one we are tracking very, very closely.
The procurement, the distribution, and all those matters. But more importantly, ourselves as the media, we have to get our ears to the ground. Here are the questions, the most frequently questions that people are raising, those that are worrying them, concerning them, what they are hearing in the social media. You know, they say lies fly, and the truth would grow. By the time the truth is arriving, the damage has already been done.
And in reacting to the decision made by government, former Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia President Jeremy Kanika says the move by government to introduce vaccines in the country is commendable, but that government should focus more on Johnson & Johnson's vaccine compared to AstraZeneca that has shown resilience in certain variances of the pandemic.
AstraZeneca vaccine that is not very much suitable with the kind of the virus that we have here in Zambia. We should know very well that in Zambia we have the South African variant virus. That's the virus that is that we currently experiencing, and we expect that as the government settles to buy the vaccine, they need now to settle for not the AstraZeneca vaccine, but the Johnson vaccine, as it is the best vaccine that works very well for the variant virus that we have, which is similar to the virus that is in South Africa.
COVID-19 can be prevented if people do the right thing, which includes getting vaccinated and following the 5 golden rules. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was a piece done by Prudence Chota concerning the approval by the Minister of Health to roll out the COVID-19 vaccine. You heard it for yourselves. The question that we are asking you today is, are you and your family ready to be vaccinated against COVID-19? Precious had earlier asked me on set whether or not I am ready, and I told her that I would be able to give an answer before the end of the program.
I think I'm ready.
You're ready to answer, or ready to hear my answer?
No, like to take the vaccine. I'm ready if I get the information that I want to know. What vaccine?
Because the truth of the matter is that
the side effects. When is the vaccination starting? What areas is it going to be happening from? And other things. I heard the minister in the clip that we're just from. There's a word out there to those that want to donate vaccines to us. Zambia will be put in place to make sure that all these things, but then we were having an issue with Zambia, but I'm glad like some people were washed out and stuff like that. So I will do it if I have the information that I need to know. I will not just blindly do it just because there's an announcement to say, no, the COVID vaccine has been approved. It's my right as a Zambian citizen to have access to certain information. So I feel in as much as I have access, I can go on the internet and search for these things. I'm looking out for those people that don't have the necessities to know about this information. What are we doing about it? What is you necessarily doing about it? What is me doing about it? So I feel I'll go back again to the word sensitization. Like, we need more of that. Local languages, I don't know if media houses need to put up that, be it radio and TV and also newspapers and magazines, to say there's this thing that is happening and this is what is required for you to have access to these things. Because I feel most of the times when we're doing certain things, we just look at, I remember someone making a statement to say, when things are done, they just consider Lusaka. And even when the development is being done, most is done in Osaka. Yes, it's a capital city, but what about these other people?
But I'm sure they'll be able to start with, high density areas, and especially where COVID-19 has been more prominent.
Yeah.
Of course, that's obviously where they'll start from. And then I also wanted to ask you a question. It's not every vaccine that you have been aware of that you've actually been injected.
I know.
Because you start from BCG, you start from whatnot. Your parents made the decision for you. And even now, you find that you take your child to the hospital and you know, okay, fine, they're 3 months old, they need to be vaccinated.
Because
but then
that's
people,
what has been going on.
That's just like a tradition, but most people don't even bother to ask, okay, fine, what is this vaccination for? If it's not measles, that is obvious. But most people don't even know what BCG stands for. Most people don't even know what those, things on the under 5 are. So you don't even, because there are certain stories that I have read and certain things that I have experienced where you find that a child is born healthy and normal, and then they get vaccinated, and then there are these side effects where a child maybe becomes disabled,
and you don't even know where,
you don't even know where that came from, and then most people point at, no, this only happened when they got that vaccine. So, there are all these questions, personally, that I have been asking. And then I've been doing a bit of research, and then you find that certain vaccines are not even taken by the manufacturers, let's say European countries.
So they get to have certain countries where that vaccine needs to be taken.
Yes, maybe because it's certain diseases, like for instance, people won't get vaccinated in certain developed countries for cholera because cholera is unheard of, but only in countries like Zambia or Malawi where you get to hear of. So it's dynamic. But the truth of the matter is, like you have said, there is need for massive sensitization so that we know what exactly we are getting ourselves into by taking the vaccine.
Are you ready?
The NDC story.
The Joseph Akafumba-led team and Chishimba Kabwili team have been fighting for the longest time, and I used to feel there's just too much drama going on in the party, but then I realized they needed to sort out certain things before they head to the polls, which is in August, and they're yet to decide who's going to take up the presidential seat in the party for the National Democratic Congress. Then it was Chishimba Kambwili, and I think they're in court.
There are wrangles, and as far as we are concerned, we are aware that the court ruled in the other party's favor to prevent Dr. Chishimba Kambwili from commenting on matters pertaining to the NDC until
further notice, when everything is settled down. What amuses me about all these wrangles, whether it's in the NDC or the MMD, is that, these are all adults. Oh, there's MMD as well, yeah.
Yes. These are all grown men. These are all grown women. And, it's very disheartening to find that it's one thing for opposition and a ruling party to be in conflict, or an opposition and another opposition to be in conflict. But then it's another thing for in-house drama to take place. Like, wasn't there an agreement from the beginning?
But I think I'm having fun that all this is happening now, because imagine you have a month to go to the election.
It's confusing because there are other people that had placed their hope in the NDC with Chishimba Kambwili being the president, and there are other people who had placed hope with these other members, whether it's the MMD with Nevas Mumba or the Diehard was the Bowman episode, but that's no longer the case. The Nakachinda group, the Save MMD, Operation Save MMD. It's, in as much as it may be entertaining, it's saddening on my part to be able to see.
Not forgetting the Naira wrangle that we also had some months ago.
Wow.
It's okay. I feel that let them fight. Let them disagree.
It's not okay.
No, it is okay, because you know what, Liseli? You will not have a thing going on and pretend you're all okay in a party. It's like a house, okay? There are times where you might ignore your sister, ignore your cousin. Well, there are times where we also have issues with our parents. Yeah, there are those misunderstandings. But there just comes a time where you all need to be stretched. Okay, as a political party, that if you feel if you can't handle your own house, what more a whole country? So I feel, and I'm happy that
so what you're saying in short is that they're being exposed for who they are, in that they're failing to manage their own
I'm not trying to campaign anyone. This is not a political statement. I'm just saying I'm going to underline that it's not a political statement.
Of course.
I'm just saying I'm happy that these political parties, there are 3 political parties that have had wrangles in just a few months, and I'm glad that they're sorting out their issues now. If they sort out their issues, it might be a campaign thing for them to say, oh, they managed to sort out their in-house issues. Maybe they might actually have a chance to sort out the Zambian issues, considering the fact that they are vying for the big seats. So, for me, this is fine. I like that NDC is fighting themselves, MMD and NAREP is fighting themselves. I pray that they will come at a time where they will settle and decide who's going to be who has what position in a party, and then now they can head to the road of 2021 general elections peacefully.
Interesting opinion there.
Yeah, I'm happy that this is happening. Let them continue until they sort out their issues.
Perhaps we may have that clip so that people can be up to date with what has been going on in the NDC.
Yesterday, we were granted an ex parte order of interim injunction against Honorable. This injunction reads in part, it is hereby ordered and directed that the defendant, who is Wakambwili, whether by himself or his servants or agents or otherwise whosoever, and is hereby restrained from masquerading as the president of the National Democratic Congress Party or purporting to transact any business of the party or purporting to make any decision or take any steps or action whatsoever in the name or on behalf of the National Democratic Congress until further determination of the matter or until a further order by this court. And this matter, the inter-party for this injunction will be on 9th April 2021 at 8:30 hours before the Ndola High Court.
The registrar, they have put it clearly that the status quo remains the same. They are not going to entertain or receive anything because the matter has been appealed by the Attorney General. Just to make mention, I reported this matter, it's before the police for investigation when there was an attempt again to lodge in a new constitution by two gentlemen, namely Fabian Mutale and Mr. Edward Simfukwe. So you see that they are trying by all means to do illegal things in trying to protect of what the illegal thing that they are doing.
Quite interesting revelations there coming from the other fraction of the NDC. Perhaps we may have
his response from Dr. Shimbaka,
so that we have a balanced point of view.
Court has ordered an interpart, but temporarily they've been given a very temporal, restriction or injunction, very temporal. And we are going now for the court to hear them and the court to hear us. That's one. Secondly, these people were expelled on Friday the 19th. They have no loci standing whatsoever to sue anybody on behalf of NDC because they were expelled on Friday. They went to court today. Today is what? 24th. When they were expelled on the 19th. They have no local standing to sue me or sue anybody on behalf of NDC. But because the court has ruled and we respect the decision of the court, we accept that injunction and respect it, waiting for an inter-party hearing. After an inter-party hearing, you will see who are the real owners of the court. And by the way, they are saying we don't have a constitution. All these decisions they are making, if they don't have a constitution, NDC has no constitution, where are they basing it?
For now, whether they have restrained him from being called president, we will go ahead and run the party NDC as we have always run it. So like I've said, I'm happy that our administrative secretary is right here, the one that always calls us the central committee meetings. He's going to call for that central committee meeting, and at that central committee meeting, we'll choose the people that are going to represent the party for now. And like the president has said, this is a very, very temporary situation. Very temporary situation. And so the members out there, they should not even worry. They should remain calm.
Yeah.
You're watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show right here on Camnet TV, not just another channel. The number that you are getting us on is 0968675273. Please feel free to get in touch with us. We want to hear your opinions. We want to hear your points of view concerning our question for today and any other item that has been talked about on this platform. The question that we are asking you today is, are you and your family ready to take the COVID-19 vaccine? We have gotten a comment from Geoffrey Mwanza that is following us live on our Facebook page, which is Camnet TV. And he says, we are not ready because we don't think they are safe. This was one of the things that I was actually talking about with Precious concerning the information that has been placed out there on the internet, and also from, these Western media. We have seen people reporting of the side effects and whatnot, so most people might not be very comfortable concerning...
Or might be misinformed.
Yes, might be misinformed because of not having adequate information, and you can't necessarily blame them. So it's important that we get the necessary information. Perhaps maybe what we can do next week Saturday, we can actually have a technocrat to actually discuss.
Tell us more about
tell us more about the vaccines.
So it's not one, there are a lot.
Yes. So we need to get the necessary information that is there in order for us to make an informed decision. And right before we came on set, we had seen the story of the NDC, both the Akafumba wing and the Chishimba Kamwini wing, and they've had wrangles. And I think these wrangles all began from the UPND alliance. Yes. So the UPND alliance brought a lot of talk in the NDC because another wing wanted to be part of the alliance, while the other side of the party never wanted to be a part of the UPND alliance. So we hope that before they're actually put on the ballot, they will be able to sort out their issues so that those people that actually support the NDC can support them and whoever it is that is going to be president at the end of the day, because we have this side and we have the other side. So at the moment, the Akafumba wing expelled.
I was headed to that. I'm like, I had fun when that was happening. This one was expelled from the party. The one that was expelled
also
had
expelled
a press briefing
the
and
other
expelled the other party. So now I'm like,
wow, quite interesting there.
Yes, of course. And also getting into another news item that made headlines, the cybersecurity and cybercrime bill
being approved
by it was actually signed by the head of state. And like I said, there are quite a number of misinformation. Others are saying, no, we won't have social media. Others are saying, no, you cannot misquote anybody. Well, which is true.
Which shouldn't even be the case to begin with.
Exactly. So there's so many misinformation that's going on social media right now, considering the fact that it has now been put into law.
It's effective.
It's effective.
I found yesterday's headline quite interesting.
The Watch Out social media users as President Edgar Lungu signs the cybersecurity bill into law.
So Watch Out media users. Well, we had a statement not too long ago before this actually became law coming from the Permanent Secretary of Information, which is Mr. Amos Malupenga, who said that this shouldn't even worry anybody, especially if you don't misbehave on social media. I have been a victim of cyberbullying, and I don't know if you have been. Yes, you know, especially when you are in the limelight, you tend to be a target. And when you've never experienced something...
It's inevitable for those of us that are in media.
Yes, when you've never experienced something, it's very difficult for you to understand why maybe certain people might be happy about this bill, because to a great extent, I think it will reduce the number of unnecessary and uncalled for remarks. You just can't go on social media.
To bring some social media discipline, I feel.
Yes. You know, you just can't go on social media and
a whole essay and you
insult somebody.
Exactly.
You talk about how big Precious eyes are.
Wow. What an example. Thanks for the compliment.
Oh, camera person is saying huge, humongous.
They're actually beautiful eyes. Thanks for the compliment.
No, guys. I did not say that they are not beautiful.
Elijah is disagreeing.
Well, perhaps.
But anyway, yeah, we're talking about defamatory statements.
Yes. Yeah. So a lot has been going on, and a lot of opinions have been floated concerning this bill. One of the other questions that has been floated, I read something yesterday on Facebook, and someone says the information bill has not yet been assented into law, and it has been pending for so many years. And this cybersecurity and cyber crimes bill that just came up and has already been assented, passed first, second reading, and has become law. And other stakeholders are concerned with the fact at the rate at which it was assented into being law, and the fact that there are other pertinent bills that have been pending.
And this one just
passed. It went It was a direct case. Even the butane had issues where there was so much
issues.
No, it did have issues,
but not as much as the previous bill that we were fighting with.
Yes,
this one was kind of like a bit rough.
This one just flowed. And then also in the statement that the president had issued concerning the apology by the expelled
NDC president.
It just came, there was a whole statement in this.
Just by the bottom. Just by the bottom.
I think I would have missed it even, because I read, and I'm like, okay, fine, I've gotten the gist of what the president
was talking about.
Yes, and then there was that other...
There. If you have the letter somewhere on social media, look for it, you'll find it. It's just right there, because Zambia, and of course our reading culture, we're still trying to improve it. So I know I'm a culprit of when the letter comes through. Once I read what information is important and the message they're trying to stretch out, the rest for me is somehow unnecessary, lack of better terms. So I'm sure there are those that just read there. In case you don't know that there was a part where he mentioned on the NDC, expelled NDC member Chimbakambuidi's apology and what his opinion on that, and he was forgiven. So I think we should all do the same. Yeah.
In line with being a Christian nation, line with upholding Christian values, the president did accept the apology coming from the...
It's hard to put a
title to his name.
Dr. Chimbakambwili.
Yes, Dr. Chimbakambwili's apology to the head of state concerning his
defamatory
remarks concerning him being a drug lord.
With
quite huge statement.
With the businessman vowed on.
And the matter is actually in court.
So we have to find out, like we mentioned last week, so we don't know if it's going to be acquitted, noli prosequi.
That word.
Yeah. But anyway, those are the stories that were actually making headlines, some stories from this course of the week. And also not forgetting, did you watch the Algeria and Zambia match?
Are
you a soccer fan?
No, I'm not. I can proudly say
you just watch to feel part of the...
Yes, part of the vibe. But I don't enjoy watching soccer.
All I know from the match...
I actually make money from watching soccer. Like, I pay people to say, okay, fine, if you want to spend time with me and they're watching the game, you might as well give me money so that I can be attentive for at least maybe 30 minutes.
With no interest at all? Then it must be boring for you, just wondering...
Okay, I find it quite... I find it better to watch a game live, especially in Ghana.
Or like in the stadium?
Yes, in the stadium. It's more exciting than watching it on TV.
Name 3 local football clubs that you know.
I know Ghana, Zanaco, what?
I am waiting.
No, there's Nkana, Zanaco, Green Buffaloes,
Green Eagles.
Yes, there's Zesco United.
Okay.
No, I'm not that bad.
No, we were. Yeah,
I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. Name at least 3 players.
Enoch Mwepu, Kennedy Mwene, Patson Daka. From the under 17, I think Prosper Chiluye. I know quite a number. I have information.
Well, we have a caller.
I have some information on football because I direct the off the pitch guys. So whenever they're talking about football, I get an opportunity to know more about the kicks, the free kicks, the penalties and stuff like that. So I have some knowledge on that. And also talking about the Algeria and Zambia match, Zambian citizens or soccer fans were saying that the referee really tried. Like he was literally playing with the Zambia
Did you see that picture where he was tying the shoelaces of one of our
He was the penalties. Yeah. Off the pitch will give us more details on that, but the penalties also, guys, like he tried. We should get him land or a car or something. I don't know.
Where is he from even?
I'm not really sure what country he's from, but he tried. Yeah.
Well, I think that the game was disheartening. I remember, I've always understood that football is something that has to do with the heart. Coming from my
passion.
father, yes, because he's a Nkana fan locally, and then he's a Man U. I think the red go together. He says he's been supporting Man United since 19. What does he say? I think 1940 something.
Ooh,
yeah, because my dad he's an elderly man,
a senior citizen.
Yes, he's very much a senior citizen, and you know, because he uses a crutch to walk now. And then I remember one time Man U lost, and he was so looking forward to this game. It was like the finals of some cup, and you know, please.
Okay.
Yes, of some cup, and then he left. He was so broken-hearted.
That's the Premier League, right?
He was so broken-hearted that he left his crutch and walked to the bedroom. I'm telling you. And you know, in the morning, my mom.
But let's set this on you.
In the morning, my mom went to the living room, and then she's like, but how did she manage to walk to the bedroom? She laughed. She's like, you see, this football. Like, he was so disappointed that he forgot he couldn't walk. He walked. He walked. So from that point, I knew, okay, guys, bola iva.
I know there are lots of people that get to do stuff that they thought they couldn't do, but after losing a match.
I'm telling you,
but anyways,
there was a miracle.
That was on the lighter note. We were just talking about the Algeria and Zambia match that was on Thursday. It was a 3-3. What do you call it? Yeah, it was a draw, but we needed to win this match to actually qualify to the Africa Cup of Nations.
Well, there's still the World Cup.
Anyway, let's go on a short break, and then we'll
be patriotic. Hey, we can do it. We can do it.
Let's go on a short break, and then we'll get into our interviews for the day as we unfold the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show.
I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
We celebrate for all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise. Oh, we testify. We celebrate. Oh, Lord, we give you all the praise.
2021 has been described as a highly politically charged year. This is because every 5 years, the country goes to the polls, and that 5 years elapses. With only a few months remaining down to the ballot, the battlefield to appear on the ballot is becoming fertile. A lot of people are expressing interest of appearing on the ballot.
In all this, our interest is to put the duty bearers, the leaders, and those aspiring to task by asking the relevant questions.
If you're an aspiring candidate, be it councillor, mayor, or member of parliament, get in touch with us to get yourself on the verdict.
We go beyond speculation in dealing with policy and governance issues. The right questions are asked to help you make a verdict.
For more details, you can call us on 0962 965883, 0979 753010, or email us info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Join us on Camnet TV
every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 17:45 hours
on a new program dubbed The Verdict.
Remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel.
Are you a qualified and skilled marketing person? Have you got the passion and motivation as a marketer? Camnet TV is looking for self-motivated, qualified marketers. For more details, please call 0962 965 883 or send your details to the email info@camnettvafrica.com.
Remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel.
I'm Ambassador Frank Mutsabila. My 50 years journey in the media has now taken me to Camnet Television. I'm very excited to join this amazing inner family. The importance of governance issues cannot be overemphasized. Every Tuesday at 20:45, I'll be going under the skin of a governance issue with my guest. I'll be interrogating the guest so that you can make an informed decision. I'll be coming on every Tuesday at 20:45 with Frank on Camnet.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on not just another channel, Camnet TV, with me, Precious, and Liseli on the other side. In case you have just joined us, we are talking about, our topic of discussion is the COVID-19 vaccines being approved by the Cabinet. Now, the question that we are asking you as our viewers is, are you and your family ready to take the COVID-19 vaccines? Earlier on, we're just giving you details on what was happening and the stories making headlines. And on a lighter note, Liseli cracked our ribs, buddy. Yo, we would love to hear from you wherever you are watching us from. Yeah, you should be. On 0968655273, 0968675273. Now, joining us on set is a beautiful, young, determined, vibrant 19-year-old artist. And we got a present as Camnet TV.
Yay!
Yes. We got a present as Camnet TV. This is newspapers. All this black painted stuff you're seeing, the shape is newspapers. So she makes art using newspapers, and her name is Faith Mtanuka. I should be given money for that introduction.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Faith, good morning and welcome to the Rise and Thrive.
Good morning, thank you.
Yes, let's start with this. You using newspapers to make art. Did you just wake up one day and decided to, or maybe you saw it from somewhere?
I did see it from somewhere. Because firstly, I saw a lot of newspapers at home, and I thought, what can I do with these things? Because we're not just keeping them in boxes.
And then throwing them or binning them later.
Exactly. So I searched on YouTube, how can I use newspapers instead of just reading and packing them, piling them up, because there are so many. I found a video and I learned how to roll the newspapers, and I thought, oh, okay, since I now know how to roll the newspaper, I can make things out of them. And yeah, this is how I came about with this.
This looks like Liseli.
Wow, Precious, wow, just wow.
So there are quite a number of these things. Let's talk about how long does it take for you to actually make something?
It depends on...
Do you first roll out the papers, dry them with something? Let's start from scratch. When you are trying to make something, let's start from scratch.
Okay, so I'll pick these as an example. So I get the newspapers and then make the shape for the dress. So I draw it in pencil, then cut it out, and then roll out newspaper to make the legs and the hands, and also cut the circles for the head. Yes. Then stick them.
So there's
together,
quite a number of things. This is a pencil and a pen holder.
Yes, this is a pencil holder made out of toilet paper rolls. Like when the toilet paper is done and you have that brown roll. So those are the compartments inside. Then this is newspaper on the outside.
Quite interesting.
Who would have thought that the toilet roll and newspapers can make something so
This
beautiful.
is my favorite.
Yeah, I think I love that
Can we
too.
take a close-up of this African woman?
It's so
How long
beautiful.
did it take you to make this one?
It took me about 2 days.
Wow.
Wow. So now let's talk about the challenges in doing all this. What is the major challenge that you get to face when trying to make an art?
Well, you never know how it's going to come out. So I'm basically putting my imagination into something that you can see and touch. So putting that out there is more like a risk because I don't know how it's going to come out.
Yeah, that's a risk.
Wow. And then
Trial and error.
are you selling?
Yes, I am actually selling them.
Where's your stand? Where are you based? Do you have a page?
Support local business.
Yes, I do have a page on
sure this is-
Instagram. Yes, it's Faith Art, Faith spelled F-A-Y-T-H, then art.
So people can get in touch with you and be able to buy
Yes.
any of your products.
Yes, yes.
And
We are
you're
not just
affordable.
I believe so.
That's the issue.
I believe so.
Okay, so this is a picture frame, eh?
So
Yes.
So
this
that's-
is what
that's how
it
it
looks
starts.
like before painting it.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
this is basically just newspaper.
Yeah, it really is newspaper.
Wow, this is quite interesting. I've never have thought that newspaper can make something so.
They say
Listen,
one
what's your
man's
talent?
trash is another man's
Wow.
treasure. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
true.
And then
Sally, what's your
name of in the name of in the name of recycling and also just making use of things and also employment, because employment is a challenge in
Yeah,
this country.
true.
And these are some of the things that the youth should be venturing into, because you're 19 years old and at least making some form of income. I can imagine by the time you're 25, you're
a whole
probably
billionaire.
Exactly. I really love that. It's so
It
beautiful.
is. So now, looking at you doing all this, you are in school.
yes,
Studying
low.
law, University of Lusaka, is it?
Yes.
How are you balancing doing this? This is a business venture.
Yes, it
How
is.
are you managing doing this and school? Because school assignments, first of all,
Yeah.
the tests, the exams, how do you balance this and school?
Well, I dedicate my Fridays to Faith Art. So from Monday to Thursday, or maybe let me say
You
Friday
stay
afternoon,
away.
I stay away from
So even
art.
when you
I
dream
focus
of
on
a
school.
art, you just...
I keep it in my mind or write it down. I do it on Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay, so you have your
Yes.
life balance. But what's your advice to that young person that feels they can do this or even more from the arts point of view? What is your advice to the young people? Because most of the times, they said he's running out from the question, but I'll still ask you, they said, think of your talent so that you help us.
Exactly.
There are times where people get to look at certain things and they just keep them to themselves,
Yes.
especially when it comes to art. I know there's like 50% of young people that have drawing somewhere in a book and they have just kept it to themselves,
Yes.
thinking, scared of what the world might say. What is your advice to that young person that's in the closet? That's the word.
All right. Firstly, I think I should mention that each one of us has a talent. We all have gifts and we do different things. It cannot only be singing, dancing, or playing an instrument. It could be art or anything else. So since each one of us has a talent, I believe we should all just step out, and you never know what's going to succeed. You never know where your income is actually going to be higher. Yeah.
True.
So I believe just step out, believe in yourself, and give the world what it needs.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Liselia. We're still going to go back on what you... No? Okay, fine.
So I have two questions to answer before the end of the program. The COVID-19 vaccine and what is my talent? So I'm keeping in my mind, we'll be able to give an answer before the end of the program.
I don't know if I will really get those answers, but anyway. First of all, would like to say thank you for this frame. We'll probably have it at our reception as Camnet TV, not just being another channel. And do you teach? Do you have space to teach someone that would love to learn this?
I'll put that into consideration.
Okay, so
Yes.
maybe Liseli can actually come and learn one or two things.
You're welcome.
So before we let you go, Faith, what are your closing remarks to everyone watching out there?
Okay, firstly, thank you for having me. I've really enjoyed this interview.
You're welcome.
And for everybody that tuned into Camnet TV to listen to me talk about faith art, thank you so much. And You guys have talents. Just discover your talent, work towards it, and do your best. Do it with excellence.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was a Zambian artist by the name of Faith. Like she mentioned, please feel free to get on her Instagram page, which is spelled as FAYYTH, and get in touch with her and support local businesses. She has a variety of beautiful items. For now, we take a short break, and on the other side, we still have more exciting things lined up for you.
I'm Ambassador Frank Mutsabila. My 50 years journey in the media has now taken me to Camnet television. I'm very excited to join this amazing inner family. The importance of governance issues cannot be overemphasized. Every Tuesday at 20:45, I'll be going under the skin of a governance issue with my guest. I'll be interrogating the guest so that you can make an informed decision. I'll be coming on every Tuesday at 20:45 with Frank on Camnet.
2021 has been described as a highly politically charged year. This is because every 5 years, the country goes to the polls, and that 5 years elapses with only a few months remaining down to the ballot. The battlefield to appear on the ballot is becoming fertile. A lot of people are expressing interest of appearing on the ballot.
In all this, our interest is to put the duty bearers, the leaders, and those aspiring to task by asking the relevant questions.
If you're an aspiring candidate, be it councillor, mayor, or member of parliament, get in touch with us to get yourself on the verdict.
We go beyond speculation in dealing with policy and governance issues. The right questions are asked to help you make a verdict.
For more details, you can call us on 0962 965883, 0979 753010, or email us info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Join us on Camnet TV
every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 17:45 hours
on a new program dubbed The Verdict.
Remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel.
You're watching the Rise and Thrive breakfast show right here on Camnet TV, not just another channel. On set, we have Kutemba, a makeup artist. You know, makeup, who would have thought that makeup would actually be a well-paying off job in Zambia?
I think people haven't actually yet discovered that, and they don't know that it actually has a lot to imagine.
No, but you know, we have
weddings like every weekend, and these parties like once in a while, but a lot of people actually come in to do their makeup. People actually pay.
Of course, it's quite a lot of money.
Yeah,
because if you want like a proper face bit, that's like 350 kwacha, or 300, 250. You won't even find anything for 150. Now imagine you have 50 faces over a weekend and you're charging 350 kwacha.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot of money. Welcome to the breakfast show.
Thank you very much.
So now getting into I've always wanted to ask this question to a makeup artist. I know we are all beautifully and wonderfully made in the image of God.
What's with you today?
Okay, I've stopped.
Anyway, continue.
What's the worst reaction you have gotten from a client after doing their makeup? Like, have you had people that just go like, I don't like my makeup, I'm washing it off?
Okay.
What's the worst reaction you've ever gotten?
Okay, so initially, I'm not so much into the makeup artistry of the makeup business.
Like the beats.
No. So I'm an entrepreneur, which is I actually have my own makeup brand.
Oh, great.
Yes. So I rarely do makeup for people like on their faces and everything in terms of business, because usually it's just my products that I work with. Yes. So I've had some people here and there, but I wouldn't call them clients, because when I'm doing face beats, I just do it maybe for a photo shoot when we have a new product and everything. But yes, so initially I'm more into an entrepreneur because I have a
never
makeup
had
brand.
those. Are you headed those directions?
Maybe not me personally, but Kuti Kuwaha as a company, yeah, probably will have some people that will be into doing makeup and face beads and everything, but definitely not me personally.
Okay, so let's talk about, considering that we have been hit with COVID-19 and there's so many things that have been slashed off, companies slashing off their budgets and stuff like that. Being an entrepreneur and looking at the current situation, how are you surviving?
Okay, so just like any other business, even the makeup industry has been affected. But then, you know, when it comes to women, women love their makeup.
Of course, true. No COVID-19 will stop
Yeah, exactly. Because right now we're all wearing makeup, and when we go out, we still have to be in a mask and everything. So when it comes to our business, I think it's because of the passion that women have for makeup. I wouldn't say it's as affected as many other industries, but yeah, we've definitely had an impact, maybe like in terms of how our production takes more time and all that stuff because there are few workers and everything. But like when it just comes to women, I don't think I would really complain as many other entrepreneurs complain. Yeah.
So can I have a look at this palette? So you decided to come up with these colors.
Yes.
Kuti Kuwaha Festival. How long did it take you?
Okay, so we actually have two palettes. So we have the festival palette and the natural glow palette. I just haven't come with the other one.
How long did it take you to, let's talk about the festival.
This one.
How long did it take you to actually put these colors together and then just make up this palette?
About 6 months of research.
Wow.
Yeah, because you know, when you're making makeup, like when it comes to our industry and I'm in Zambia, so most women that I'm looking for are women of color. So I'm not going to have these shades that don't work for our women. So I had to make sure each and every shade can be accommodated to each and every woman of color in Zambia.
You are totally right, because you know there are times where you buy makeup and then you never even touch certain colors because they don't even go with your face.
I actually have a palette like this, and I only used, I think, 2. That's
it happens quite often.
Dark maroon. 6 months of research. So what do you consider when you're doing a research before coming up with this product?
Okay, so we look our target market firstly,
which is
which is our Zambian women,
the skin tone and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
our skin tone and everything. And then we also look at the fashion trend. So this was our festival palette that was released on Independence Day. So that's why it's got the whole green background and beautiful colors going on and everything. Okay. So yeah, it depends with the theme that we have, because for every brand that we produce, we have a theme that's going on. Like, what's the theme for this time? Is it this? It's like how our lip glosses, we've got 7 colors. So we released these ones in June, which was winter and everything. So we had to go with that theme. You just can't release a product without having a theme in mind and everything. So yeah, those are some things that we take into consideration.
How has been the feedback from the women out there, considering the fact that these are, I would call them nude colors, is it? Or which ones are nude colors?
The nude colors is our other palette, but these ones also have some nude colors, although the other one is more into nude colors than this one.
You mentioned something about color. Yeah, like, let's talk of now, let's get into the beauty tips. How do you know what color of eyeshadow you need to put depending on your skin tone? What is preferably, what chizungu chaenda?
Wow.
What color combination of eyeshadow is the best for certain skin tones? How do you know that this is the perfect blend for the eyeshadow? Eyeshadow, for those that don't know, the one on top of the eyelid.
Yeah, those eyelids.
How do you know that
those eyelids?
I know my eyes are big, but let's not get into that. How do you know what color actually suits your skin tone? How do you get to choose that?
Okay, so initially I feel like the beauty industry has been a bit stereotyped, in which you feel like when you're somebody who's maybe a woman of a darker color, you should like wear something that's safe. I feel like a moment. So if you feel like today I want to be happy, go ahead and try on yellow. If you feel like today I want to be quiet, you can go with the nudes, you can go with the browns. So I don't think there's a specific color for a specific skin tone. It's just dependent on how you feel, because everything still works at the end of the day.
And the occasion.
Yeah, and the occasion. Exactly.
So Lisel, today you decided, so you're not feeling anything, because she has not actually. But anyways, what is your advice to young entrepreneurs out there that are scared to actually explore the journey when it comes to entrepreneurship, because there's a lot of things that is involved. We're talking of capital, we're talking of target market, we're talking of having the perfect product so that it sells. What is your advice to the young entrepreneur that is wanting to go into this journey but are skeptical about it?
Okay, so the first thing that I always tell everyone when they ask me is, what made you do this? It comes back to passion. Yeah, so if you have passion in something, you're definitely going to go ahead and achieve your goals. It doesn't matter, you know, people have different excuses. We have the pandemic, people talk about our economy in Zambia and everything, but there's always going to be a reason to why you cannot do something at the end of the day. So it just depends with how willing you are, what your passions are, and how much you're willing to step above the opportunity and everything. So yeah, I think that's my advice to any young lady out there, is that everyone can do it. You know, you can do it as long as you have the passion. At the end of the day, it's all about, what do I want? At the end of the day, when I'm on maybe my deathbed, what's going to be my achievement? So I'd be like, oh, I wish I did this. Or I'll be like, thank God I did this, and now I'm going to die in happiness. Yeah, so that's pretty much, it's all about passion at the end of the day.
Thank you so much for coming through. And do you have anything to say, Liseli?
Well,
can we get this as presents? We like things.
Well, I think this is inspiring. The fact that it's your own brand. We always go into the shops, and then, you know, you're looking for what's this famous Kylie, the makeup, and then we have our very own. So support your local team. How do they get in touch with you?
Okay, so my brand is Kutikuwaha. So we have pages on every social media, from LinkedIn to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So anywhere that you just type Kutikuwaha, it's definitely going to pop up.
I'm going to ask you the question I asked our previous guest. Do you have space to teach people that want to know more about beauty products, how to come up with colors when making a palette? Do you have space for that, or are you also putting it into consideration?
Actually, we have a YouTube channel, Kutikuwaha. So we give tips there. We give makeup tips. We give tips on how to start a business in Zambia, and all those tips that people would want. Because I know, because I'm young myself, I'm just 21, and I know when I was, so when I was young, I would always wonder, like, how do you do this? How do you get there? So I feel like there are always people out there who also wonder with the same questions. So yeah, our YouTube channel kind of covers that, and we do have, like, you know, it's YouTube. There's a comment section, and we have like an interactive audio.
Okay, thank you so much for coming through. Well, for those of you that have just joined us, you're still on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Just earlier on, we were having a conversation with Thrieve, a 19-year-old artist, and then we had another young lady, 21-year-old, who came to you and told us how to do all this beauty stuff, eyeshadow and stuff, and she managed to actually make our own brand. They're calling it the festival. Such beautiful colors. So we're looking at young people and being extra creative with time and also what they do. So now, for those of you that just came through, unfortunately we've come to the end of the show, Diseli, and just before we go, I'd love to read the Facebook comments that came through. The question that we were asking is, are you and your family ready to take the COVID-19 vaccine? We got a comment from Luwo Shiompa, and he says, it's hard to understand this, for that we are not ready, my sister. Thank you so much. Joel came through and he says, the vaccine is a danger, is a danger to our health. It may seem to work now, but I am very certain that the vaccine will result in fatal medical complications in the foreseeable future. So as for me and my family, we are not ready and never will be ready to take the vaccine. Period. Well, we respect that opinion, but what we are hoping for is that you get to understand, first of all, how important it is for you to take the vaccine before you actually make certain decisions. So for those of you that actually came through, we were to hear from the Ministry of Health on the update on the COVID-19 vaccines that have been approved, and also what measures will be put in place to make sure that you have access to the vaccines. Well, for me, Precious Mzea Psychology, our guests that came through, Liseli Kanyanga Mbanga, and also Isaac Chifita and Elijah Chifita on the other side, and not forgetting the Camnet TV team. It's good morning and thank you for coming through.